Order in the court. So how does this go on? Like, who's talking?
Yeah, what do we do? Is it me?
All right, so today, I mean, the reason we're here is at the end of the day, Mr. Mackey is accused of dumping cum in a sock and beating the shit out of it. We have no witnesses, but we do have some evidence. We have some things to bring out and show. We have an old suitcase. This suitcase is supposedly supposed to have cum in it, and it's also supposed to have brass knuckles.
Is that all you have?
That's all I have to share to the to you right now, Judge.
The defending court may now speak.
My client here, Mr. Mackey, obviously didn't do that. He has his spouse to call as a witness.
So you officially plead not guilty, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, my defendant is not guilty. We plead not guilty.
Alright, where's the spouse?
Oh shoot, breaking news.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
They brought to the attention that there's a used tissue still here, but not for use. Why would he come in a sock if he would use a tissue instead? He used the sock as a tissue. So I mean, that just further proves that he did come in a sock. I mean, and the reason why at the end of the day he had a bad day, he thought he had a winning lottery ticket, but it turned out it was a losing lottery ticket. So it kind of sent him over the edge, kind of made him, you know, just had to get out some frustration. And what gets out more frustration than coming and beating something? That's all I'm going to say.
Attorney, go ahead.
The losing lottery ticket was obviously, my client has a gambling addiction. He's always bought lottery tickets every single day. But
Not making a good
here,
case.
If I can interject here, Socken.
I would like to say, my client needs a new clock. He's out of clock battery.
Prosecutor, is there anybody you would like to call up to the stand or anything? Like
I have nothing, but really, we have an email that he sent to one of his coworkers just days before he beat and came in a sock. And I just want to say what we have written down here from this message is absolutely insane. And our victim that did get beat and came in is a black sock. So I'm seeing some trends here, Your Honor.
If you may let
granted.
me present one more piece of evidence. My client actually uses whistles to blow whistles at black people that he doesn't like, and it's mainly women and men, just black people in general. So that whistle is damaged.
I have some more stuff I would like to bring up, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, prosecutor. All right. Is it too early for me to make my final decision, or do you guys have any more evidence?
May I speak one more time? My client has a notebook here that he writes his journal in every day, saying that it has nothing to do with hitting anybody.
Well, why would he write that? Why would he write? Yeah, but why would he write a crime down? Why would he write a crime down? Clocks are one of the smartest species. Clocks are one of the smartest species.
Order. At this point, I've come to my final decision. What I will say is this guy seems like a racist scumbag who blows whistles at other black people. I just don't see enough evidence. He uses napkins and he uses a plushie.
Actually, the napkin is unused, sir.
The napkin is unused?
The napkin is unused. And the plushie is beaten because he's a sexual beast. He uses it every day. But did he use it that day? No. You could see it in his face, Your Honor.
that man up out of here.
Fuck Mr. Mackey, bro.
Taking a man behind back and bending him over.
Please explain a little more about your prosecution. Behind back of what?
First of all, whoever's throwing stuff at me, please stop. Your Honor, this man, it was about 3 a.m. behind back of, as we all know, Docky the Soccerton's bar. And this guy decided to find a quote unquote cute gal and took her behind back while she was overly drunk and decided to do things that I should not say in a court of law.
And can you tell me why it says taking a man behind back?
I met a cute guy.
They recently transitioned, Your Honor.
And what penalties are you seeking?
I'm seeking 12 years of jail, option of parole, 8 years.
You may begin your argument.
Well, Your Honor, this guy has several, well, Your Honor, this man has several past mistakes that we have found. One of them being a purchase on the dark web of illicit drugs that could have possibly been given to this man. Another one that we had was hand sanitizer. Do you know what's in hand sanitizer?
I do not, prosecutor.
Alcohol. Yeah, no. Alcohol.
Prosecutor, they were coming from a bar. What relevance is alcohol up here?
Did you... Your Honor, the man that he took behind back was severely off his rocker. Not in the right headspace, to say the least. I'd like to hear from them.
In defense to the dark web purchase case, I'd like to present boxing gloves that my client bought from the dark web. They're used boxing gloves from a pro boxer back in the 1980s. They clearly bought them off that.
Objection.
I'm not done with my case. Also say my client would never do that to somebody. You can go on with the other.
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative, to say the least.
Thank you, Judge, Your Honor.
The fuck did I get hit for?
And?
Hand sanitizer found in bar.
This bar
hey,
is a one-story
hey,
bar.
Hey, buddy, you're not green. Hey, buddy, you're not green over there. Your Honor, I'm done with my case. You can
The
let
judge
him
isn't
speak
talking.
now.
Do you have a witness to back this up?
A witness to back this up. Yeah, I have a dog. Yeah, I'll call him to prove the elevator incident.
Would you please introduce yourself to the court?
Oh, sorry. Yes, my name's Doggy. I would, yeah. How are y'all doing, guys? So I was in the elevator and I pissed in the corner and I did see freaking Dork, actually. I sniffed his leg. He did smell of alcohol, but other than that, he was in the elevator.
And at what location was this elevator?
Oh, it was on, Northity North by Sockety Bar.
Is there anything else you want to ask the witness, Mr. Visions?
Yeah, I would like to ask, do you remember pool of water that you drank while we were waiting in the elevator for so long?
No, I don't remember anything about that. I just remember pissing in the corner and sniffing him.
Witness, can you remember exactly what time you were in the elevator with him at?
Well, he is a clock and I read his clock. It was 6 p.m.
Your Honor, as I said at the start of this case, this happened at 3 a.m. in the morning, much past midnight.
That is
That's
true.
all.
I do
I had
remember
no further
saying
questions.
that.
As we can see by the next piece of evidence, I would like to call my witness, policeman, to the stand.
Would you please introduce yourself to the
Hello.
court?
Well, hello there, guys. How are we doing today? My name is Officer Mormon. I went out back behind Shockety Shock Bar, and I did see a female male. I don't know what to say. I don't want to lose my job. Behind the bar, beaten up, crying, full of tears.
And what was their testimony about what happened?
She said she did not see what happened, but she said she got bent over and fucked. She said she was...
Objection hearsay. Objection hearsay.
He was literally there. How is this hearsay?
He's giving way too much detail. You only asked what did she say. He said she didn't know, and that's it.
How is that
That's
hearsay?
That's hearsay. It's hearsay. I'm okay with you.
Mr. Police Officer, can I ask, did you see anybody that happened to have glasses and a mustache the night of the crime?
My name's Mr. Mormon. I'd appreciate it if you called me by my name.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mormon. Did you happen to see anybody with glasses and a fake nose and a mustache the night of the crime?
Yes, I did. Actually, Shockety Shock Bar was hosting a fake mustache glasses party, so everybody was wearing fake glasses and mustaches.
Is there anything you'd like to ask him, Mr. Visions?
I do want
Yeah.
to say I respect you, Mr. Bailiff.
I would like to defend my client, actually, Your Honor.
You can ask the witness. You can't defend him.
Cross-examine that witness.
I see. Did you see anyone wearing a costume?
Yes, everybody was wearing costumes.
No, but, did you see anyone wearing an incognito costume?
What's an incognito costume?
Like it could be like all black, trying not to be seen, like full face. Black.
Well, yeah, there's actually a golf group across the street whenever I went over there, but I didn't see anybody super suspicious.
So you didn't see anyone wearing an incognito costume?
Nope, I didn't see anybody wearing anything like that besides the golf group of 6. She did tell me the dick was quite small.
Objection hearsay. That does not need to be said.
That is hearsay. This will not be on the record.
My client was actually trying to go help with an explosion in the distance. So that's where my client was too at the time of this.
Objection, Your Honor.
He was.
What are you objecting to?
Was he in the elevator or
He clearly said he was in an elevator. Clearly said he was in
true.
an elevator.
You didn't object to the witness when he said he was in the elevator.
See, no, the elevator happened, and then once he got out of the elevator, because the fire department came and freed him. It was a little bit after.
I think the biggest problem here is that if he got out of the elevator a few minutes after the explosion, the elevator was at 6 p.m. and the midnight. The timeline doesn't add up. How does this? What does this matter?
The time doesn't add up because my client
victim
was framed.
What? Oh.
Gasp.
That's a disturbing email
Say that
saying that they were saying they were going to frame my client, the victim.
Why didn't he bring that up first?
Your Honor, these are clearly leaked DMs of him setting up to make it seem like he was framed.
Are there any more pieces of evidence you'd like to admit to the court?
Yes, Your Honor. A train stopped mid-track that would block my client from getting to the victim.
I'm sorry. I was under the understanding that it was about a block from the northity north to the bar.
Yeah, because the train was blocking
Your Honor.
the way towards the victim.
Objection, Your Honor.
Is there only
Objection!
one way into the bar? I've heard enough to make my decision. Due to the general incompetence of the defender, I will be finding the client guilty.
Objection, hearsay! That was not what I said!
Oh, no!
Order in the court.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Posspop.
Prosecutor Visions, if now would be a good time for you to state your case.
So I am accusing Mr. Sock of, Mr. Sock is accused of making Lady Sock disappear. May I present some evidence to you?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Down notes.
So I have a stained apron containing my client's blood and the suspect's blood, and the defendant's blood, sorry.
All right. So, do you have anything to say about that? Anything else, prosecutor?
That's all I would like to present for now.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Attorney Sawkin, now would be a good time for you to clarify some stuff.
First of all, what I was saying is, Your Honor, I hope you're having a great day. Second of all,
I'm not.
I would like to present to you a dull knife. This was the only knife my client had in his home at the time of the quote-unquote murder. And as Prosecutor Vision said, there was aprons and blood all over the place. How would the blood get out if the knife was dull? It wasn't even able to cut through a piece of paper,
Well,
let alone skin.
Mr. Sock is accused of making Lady Sock disappear, so we don't know if Lady Sock is dead.
Okay, well
So
then
we're
my
not-
next piece of...
Nope, I already moved it. It's on to the prosecutor Visions. We would like to hear what you have after this.
So I actually have a empty wine bottle because he realized the knife was too dull. So then breaking the wine bottle, he accidentally stabbed himself, and that's how the blood got on the victim's apron.
Okay, but the news found a knife in the lake. So if it was a wine bottle used, then why did we find a knife with blood on it?
Because after the wine bottle, he dragged the woman to his car after he knocked her out from blood loss, and then finished stabbing her with the knife that he bought off the dark web.
A knife bought off the dark web. What kind of proof do we have about this weapon on the dark web?
I presented it to you. It's a dark web purchase.
I don't know if I buy that. I mean, it's especially with the internet nowadays, anything could be falsified. And why would you buy a knife off the dark web? Why wouldn't you just buy a knife from any store?
Okay, well, I have security camera footage showing the defendant getting the knife handed to him.
Okay. We're gonna pass it on to the attorney. Attorney, wake up. You're sleeping in the middle of a court case. You're supposed to be defending Mr. Sock.
Your Honor, I am clearly defending him. It was more of a fake sleep because his stuff was so freaking boring.
Objection hearsay. Objection hearsay.
Sir, if you can make my light green, I have another piece of evidence to show you before I bring over my witness. As you can see here, my client, Mr. Sock, purchased concert tickets for the night of her disappearance. I'm going to be calling my witness, the male woman, to the stand for further questioning.
Male who?
Male woman. It's 2025, Buster.
Attorney, if you would like to question your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, Mrs. Male Woman.
Hello.
My client tells me that you dropped off the mail while they were seen happily gardening the day of the disappearance.
It is not true at all. What I saw was him picking up underage girls.
Well, that is definitely a problem, but that's something for a later court date.
Your Honor, objection. hearsay. This is just not true.
Would you
Honor,
like,
no further questions.
do you have any questions, Prosecutor Visions?
No, I think the witness proved my point even further.
The blue. Okay, scroll until it's the text at the bottom of your screen says to call.
Oh,
No!
Oh my god,
No!
he picked that. He picked
Man, I was done.